Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So the last update about unfortunate love, Malishka angrily exposed herself to Lakshmi, and after saying that Lakshmi is really angry with her, then she decided to change the topic and lied to Lakshmi that she was only joking with her, that she and Rishi are having an affair. So let's continue. Lakshmi keeps a firecracker on the ground and she lights the candle. Virendra tells Rishi that the firecrackers are duplicate and they are bursting on their self. Rishi asks who has taken it. Viraj says, I remember Lakshmi and Malishka went out to burn the crackers. Lakshmi burns the firecrackers and she smiles. Virendra asks Rishi to call Lakshmi. The firecracker started bursting and other crackers to catch the fire and they burst. Everyone runs out hearing the crackers bursting sound. Malishka and Lakshmi both get trapped in the fire. Rishi and Viraj comes running first, followed by others. Malishka sees Rishi and calls his name, asking him to save her. Lakshmi also calls Rishi for help. Ayush takes the tablecloth and runs out. He throws the tablecloth at Rishi. Rishi holds the cloth and runs towards Malishka. Neelam shouted Rishi. Rishi reaches Malishka and looks at Lakshmi. Lakshmi asks Rishi not to come to her. Viraj takes some clothes in his hand. Rishi recalls Lakshmi saving him before and after their marriage, and the flashback ends. Rishi runs to Lakshmi and covers her with the cloth, leaving Malishka, and he asks Lakshmi to save her. Everyone is shocked. Viraj comes running to Malishka and he covers her with the cloth. Malishka is shocked. Rishi makes Lakshmi sit on the chair. Neelam gives water to Lakshmi and Malishka. Malishka says, I am not fine. Lakshmi feels the burning sensation as Rishi holds her hand. Karishma says Malishka's hand is burnt fully. Neelam asks Rishi to take Lakshmi inside and she ignores Malishka. Rishi takes Lakshmi inside. Virendra asks Ahana to bring the first aid box. Sonia brings the first aid box. Virendra takes the ointment and asks Rishi to apply the ointment on Lakshmi's injury. Malishka feels neglected and she thinks that Lakshmi was right. Rishi cared for Lakshmi but he refused to accept the truth. Rishi applies ointment on Lakshmi's hand and then on her neck and he blows on it. Malishka cries, saying Rishi's care for Lakshmi. Viraj touches Malishka. Malishka feels pain. Viraj says, I am sorry. Rishi asks if Malishka's hand is also burnt. Malishka says, I will leave. Karishma says Malishka is very hot. She did not expect this big injury. Viraj tells Malishka that we should leave. Malishka says we can stay, but I will leave. Viraj says we came together and we will live together. Malishka goes out. Viraj thanks the Obrays and he looks for his car keys. Grandma asks him to check in the garden area. Viraj goes. Rishi asks Ahana and Devika to take Lakshmi to the room so that she can rest. Lakshmi says she is fine. Virendra takes Lakshmi to the room along with others. Sonia tells Karishma that she can never think that her brother would hurt Malishka so much. Rishi goes behind Malishka. Malishka says she is tired of hearing his fake I love you. Rishi says Malishka. Malishka says Lakshmi is your wife. You have her name on your mouth. Rishi says Lakshmi was hurt and her hand was burnt. Malishka shows her burnt mark and says you couldn't see me. I was standing near you, but you ran to save Lakshmi. Malishka tells Rishi that my life was also in danger, but you left me alone in the fire and you went for Lakshmi. She says you have left me in your life and says you went to Lakshmi. Rishi says I did not do it intentionally, trust me. Malishka tells Rishi that you are not doing anything intentionally, but you are getting drawn towards Lakshmi and you are doing it by yourself. She says I can see everything and she asks him to go to Lakshmi. She says Lakshmi has taken my place and you gave her my place. Rishi shouted at Malishka and says enough. He says I am hearing you and that is why you are going on saying nonsense. He says I am telling you for the last time. I really love you and nobody can take your place. Malishka says I feel that everything you are saying is nonsense. Rishi says I have become of Lakshmi, so will it affect you? Virendra makes Lakshmi sit on the bed. Lakshmi looks at Virendra. Virendra asks, what are you thinking? Lakshmi says let it be. Virendra says I am your father and he asks her to talk. Lakshmi asks, why are you getting worried? Virendra tells Lakshmi that if anything happens to you, then something happens to me as well, because my life is in you. He asks Lakshmi to tell him if she is fine. Lakshmi gets emotional, recalling her father telling her the same thing, and she gets tears in her eyes. Rishi asks Malishka to check her phone and says I had called you so many times, but you refused to pick my calls. He says he has just one thought, that he wants his Malishka back, and says I really love you. Malishka doesn't believe Rishi and she says it is dead. She says, I didn't feel anything when you told me I love you 5 times. She says, whatever was between us is over now. Malishka tells Rishi that you care for Lakshmi and her feelings matters to you and not me. She says you are happy while doing this and says I am nowhere in your life, neither in your mind nor in your heart or anywhere near you. Rishi says no, I love you. Malishka tells Rishi that you think that you love me, but it is not true. She says I had become your habit and that is why you are having problem to leave me. She says you fear to get rejected by me and that is why I am giving you a chance to reject me. Virendra tells Lakshmi that he is not angry with her. Lakshmi hugs Virendra and cries. Shalu says even our father used to say this and he used to scold Lakshmi like you. Bani says our father used to talk just like you. Virendra asks Lakshmi not to cry and says if you cry, then I would also cry. Ayush gets teary eyes and he wipes his tears. Shalu, Bani and Virendra looks at him. Ayush says even I got the same tears, no problem. Virendra says you are Lakshmi's brother-in-law and you have the right to cry for her. They have a group hug. Virendra says I am the father of 3 children. Malishka tells Rishi that she knows him well and says their relationship is over. Rishi says you know me well and he asks why can't you feel my love? He says you want to check me and that is your problem. He says I say I love you with the same intensity as before. Malishka tells Rishi that if your love for me was with the same feeling, then you would have reached me by all means. She says you said that you are jealous seeing Viraj and me. She says but what did I see? That you are yearning and you are dying for that Lakshmi seeing her injury. She says you don't love me, Rishi. Rishi tells Malishka that I love you. Malishka says you did not look at me even once because Lakshmi is very important to you than me. Rishi says I really love you. Malishka says really? Rishi says yes. Malishka asks Rishi to kiss her. Rishi says, what are you saying? Malishka says you will not kiss me because you think that Lakshmi is your wife and you will feel like you are betraying Lakshmi. She asks Rishi to kiss her. Rishi holds Malishka against the pillar to kiss her, but he gets a flashback of Lakshmi and his moment and he refuses to kiss Malishka, then he moves back. Malishka sees Viraj bringing his car there. Malishka gets into the car and leaves with Viraj. Rishi gets upset. Shalu asks Lakshmi why she made everyone cry and now she is laughing. Virendra asks Lakshmi to keep smiling always. Lakshmi tells Virendra that even Rishi used to say that she should keep smiling. Ayush asks Shalu not to tease his sister-in-law. Shalu says she is my sister and I can tell her anything. Lakshmi tells Shalu that you have troubled me a lot. Now Ayush is with me. Bani says you used to say that we should not worry for our sister because Ayush is with her. Though he is troublesome, but he is good at art. Ayush says, did you just call me troublesome? Shalu asks Ayush not to worry because they are going already. Virendra asks Ayush to drop Shalu and Bani at home. Shalu insists to go by themselves. Virendra says I will get angry and he asks Shalu to ask Lakshmi about his anger. Lakshmi says father doesn't have any anger. Bani says Rishi take after father and that is why he is so sweet. Ayush says Rishi is like me. Virendra says no, he is like me. Rishi comes to the room and he looks at Lakshmi. Virendra tells Ayush, Bani and Shalu that they should go from the room because Rishi is here and they all go out. Lakshmi smiles seeing Rishi, but Rishi gets upset seeing Lakshmi smiling. Lakshmi thanks Rishi for saving her from the fire. Rishi asks Lakshmi to take care of herself and says I cannot come to save you always. Lakshmi says Rishi, what is the problem? Rishi angrily tells Lakshmi that you are laughing here and you thought it is an adventure. Rishi tells Lakshmi that I have to suffer because of you and he asks her to take care of herself and she should not expect him to take care of her again and says even I also have my own life. Lakshmi gets worried and thinks that what has happened to Rishi all of a sudden. Then Rishi goes away from the room in anger. Okay guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like the video, share it, and I will see you all again in my next video. Bye guys.